Hello guys, today we're doing a transmission and differential fluid exchange for our 21 Supra. This procedure also works with 2019 to current year as long as it's a 5th generation Supra. Parts we'll need to order from the Toyota parts store is the transmission fill and the drain plug bolt. Both of them has an O-ring around it, and they don't sell it separately, so you'll have to order the whole thing, the bolt and the O-ring. So it's a little bit pricey also. Next thing we'll need is the transmission pan. The transmission pan comes with a gasket already on it. The bolt we are not gonna be reusing the old bolt. We're gonna be replacing it with the new one that it came with. The drain bolt also comes with it, the pan. The reason why you have to replace the whole pan when you're doing this, the filter for the transmission fluid is built into the pan, so they don't sell this separately, so you have to order the whole thing. Okay, let's go to a procedure. We'll be doing the differential fluid first before we're doing the transmission. And we needed 6 ATF fluid, 6 quarts, and 2 quarts of differential fluid. And these are all the tools that you guys are gonna need. A torque wrench, and the only thing that I had to customize was this. See how it's cut off? So I have to use this to loosen the bolt for the fill plug for a transmission fluid. Other than that, everything else you could use a regular tool. For some reason, the Supras, the way they did the fill plug for the ATF transmission is really on a tight space. So you have to make your own tool, or you buy your own stubby little drive that you could put in there. So now that we're here underneath the car, you'll be able to get access to the drain bolt and the fill bolt for a differential. You would have to remove this. Now that we have a clear access for a diff, we can now get our 14mm hex bit and loosen it. And this wire swivel, so you don't have to worry about it. You just have to put it aside and see if you can loosen. Okay, there you go. Just want to make sure you loosen first before we do anything else. Now we're gonna go get our oil pan. So now that we have our pan, now we could safely remove the bolt and drain it out. Drain out the overfill or whatnot. Now let's remove the bolt. Now we have to discard this old bolt. Now we have to grab our siphon to siphon out the fluid. You gotta remember, this diff doesn't come with a drain bolt. So now that we have completely drained the fluid using the siphon, we can now go grab our brand new fluid. I'm using Motul 7590. Sorry about that. Gear 300 LS. That's what I was recommended, and it should be compatible with the car. So let's get it. Oh, and also don't forget your drain bolt and your fill bolt. Same thing. So now I have everything ready. So once one bottle is empty, I could just move it over to the next bottle, and we keep going. But now let's go. For now we're ready to fill the diff fluid or the differential fluid. Make sure you have a pan, a drain pan in the bottom of the diff, because once this fills up, it's gonna keep spilling. Now that you see a continuous stream of oil, that's how you know that it's already filled up. Now that it's filled up, we just gotta put our fill bolt in. Right now we're gonna torque it down to 45 Newton meter. Now we're gonna be torquing our fill and drain bolt 45 Newton meter per BMW spec, since can't really find a spec for the Toyota. Don't forget, put this back on. So next up on our to-do list is doing the transmission fluid exchange. First thing we have to do is take off this under tray to get access to the bolts. Now we have complete access on the oil pan, and all the bolts are visible and easy to get to with our torque socket. All right, so first thing we're gonna have to do is loosen up the fill plug first before you before you start anything else, because without removing the fill plug you won't be able to put a fluid back in. So the fill plug for this particular Supra is located down here. As you can see, it is right here. So I'm going to be loosening that, and then we go on from there. Okay. So the bit that I have did not fit, since I don't have much clearance. So I made myself a custom, you could say, bit. I cut this off of a Allen key. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna shove this little Allen bit down here, and then use a wrench, 8mm wrench, and loosen it that way. So we have loosened the fill plug. Now we could safely remove the drain plug off of the transmission pan. So the size of that one would be a 10mm bit, Allen bit. Oh, and by the way, the fill plug is an 8mm Allen key. So if you want to make your own tool, go ahead, do what I did. Cut off those Allen key, and cut off like a little bit, enough for you for the Allen key to protrude out of the bolt. Because I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the space that you have to be able to remove it is really small because of the body, the frame. So the other way of doing it is lowering the transmission a little bit, but we don't want to do that, so we're just gonna make our own tool, which what I did, and then made it easier for myself. Since this car has only 6,000 miles, the oil is not that dirty. So I'm just doing this because in my previous video I showed you guys how to do the radiator, heat exchanger, the transmission, and aux. Well, one of them is a transmission radiator, which I'm pretty sure it has a transmission fluid in there. So I'm just doing this just to refill it again, but might as well just do the whole service while you're at it. So now we just wait till it's completely drained. I'm gonna just leave it here for about 30 minutes and let it drain on its own. And I'll see you guys in a bit. So the pan is held on by 13 bolts. T40 torx bit is the one that you need. External torque. So before we could install the new transmission pan, we need to lube up this O-ring. So we're gonna lube that O-ring up. Alright, now it's ready to go underneath the car and get it installed. Before we install the new transmission pan, make sure you clean around this area. Make sure there's no debris or anything on it. So let's do that. Make sure it's really clean. Make sure that the O-ring that we lubricate from our new old pan, the old one didn't get left out inside there. We're ready to install back our new transmission pan. So we'll check that the gasket is there. Put in like a couple bolts to hold the pan in place. Make sure we're using our new hardware. Now the 2 bolts are holding the pan in place. Now we could safely let it go and just install the rest of the hardware in. First thing I'm gonna do is snug tight all the bolts in hardware. See how like I'm using only like this length because that's all I need, nothing more. And do it in a crisscross pattern. I'm gonna go grab my 1/4 inch torque wrench, and I'm gonna go torque the drain plug just to double check. It said on the drain bolt is 8 millimeter plus 1 millimeter, so I'm just gonna torque it like near the 9. That's all you need. You don't need a lot of force on that. Now that that's torqued, we can now go ahead and torque each one of the oil transmission pan bolt. The way I'm gonna do it is kind of slightly different than the manual. I'm gonna go 5 Newton meter, then I'm gonna go on my second sequence, I'm gonna do 10. Now that we finish all bolts at 5, now we're gonna go with our final spec to be 10 Newton meter. Now I'm just gonna go around, double check everything's tight. So now that we finished torquing the transmission pan, we can go ahead and fill the transmission with the ATF fluid. So now that you see the steady stream coming out, that's how you know it's already filled up. Snug tight the fuel plug. We don't want to tighten it because we're gonna have to take it off again to fill it after when we put the transmission on operation temperature. Next thing we're gonna need is our Scantool. First, you have to put the vehicle into agnostic mode. To do that is you have to press the start and stop button 3 times in a row as quickly as possible. There you go. You'll know you're in diagnostic mode because it'll say diagnostic mode active. Once you do that, you go to your Scantool. Next thing you do is you go to your Scantool. For this particular Scantool, I have to go to the BMW software. He doesn't recognize it as a Toyota. So go manually select. Gonna go Z4 G29. Then we're gonna go for the drive. We're gonna go with transmission control. Okay, continue. Read data stream. Operating variable. And we're gonna go with oil temperature. Now that it has that, we're gonna go inside our car, start the car. Now we're gonna go cycle through gears. We're almost at 40. We're gonna wait till like 40, about 42. That's when I'm gonna start. After you're done double checking all the bolts, the hardware, the fuel plug, now we can put back the under tray for the underbody.